Hi everyone, this is Adrienne from Fame Consulting. I have some tips and tricks for you. So today we'll go through 2 online platforms that you can use to keep track of your finances. So one will be geared towards landlords or those who have properties that they're renting. And then the second one will be geared towards small businesses. It's a free online accounting software that you can use to keep track of your income and expenses and receipts. So that's awesome. It's free, right? So we love when things are free. And then the last tool that I'll be sharing is actually the traditional pen and paper route. So this is a free template that Frame is giving to all our subscribers, all our guests, to anyone. You can use it for any type of business that you have. So it lists all of the different expense categories and you can print it, you can use it on your computer, but it's available to you for free. And then the last tip or trick I'll be sharing today is a resource guide with grants that are available to small businesses. It will be updated at least once a month, but just stay tuned for the links for those. And I hope this video is helpful. So today we will be going over some ways that you can organize the numbers and really just get a jump start on tax season before the year is over. So you may be someone who has a rental property, you might be a small business owner, or you might be someone that doesn't fall into either of those groups, but you're planning to have a business in the future. So if you're in any of those categories, these are great tools to be mindful of. And the great part about them is that they're free, right? We love free things. Okay. So the first tool that I have is Apartmentscom. So some of you might be familiar with Cozy. So Cozy actually merged into Apartmentscom. So Cozy was the predecessor, but they still give you, Apartmentscom still gives you all the same great tools. So it is a rental management platform. It's free. Most of the products and services on the website is free to the landlord. So with this, you can actually find people to rent your properties. You can you can actually have your listing on the website. People can apply directly through Apartmentscom. You can put a description, you can have pictures of your property, you can actually screen applicants here, you can sign leases online, you can collect rental payments directly through Apartmentscom. They do have some options regarding the rent collection. There's a free option, but it takes a couple more days. Or if you want it to get deposited more quickly, I think they have a nominal percentage that they will withhold from the rent. But either way, there is the ability to receive rental payments for free through this platform. So that's great for your tenants. If you're looking to, move to the digital side of things, tenants might appreciate the fact that there's an online portal that they can go to kind of see, okay, here's my rent. Okay, let me make my payment right here. It also has a ledger option. So, it keeps track of, it'll automatically post the rent that's due for that month. Once you put in the lease information, you say, okay, security deposit, or, are there extra fees? Is there a late fee? It'll automatically post that based off of the schedule and the terms in your lease. You set that up in the beginning, but it's very user friendly. And you can even, as part of the screening process, you can even get a background check or, request credit reports for your applicants as well. So that is the first tool. You can definitely check them out here at this URL. And again, in the description below, we will post the actual links, so you don't have to feel like, oh my goodness, let me get my pen right now. Don't worry, we always share that information afterwards. The second tool that I have is for small business owners. This is Wave Accounting. So Wave is really cool. If you've heard about QuickBooks, it's similar in that it's an online accounting software, but the great part about it is that Wave is free. A lot of the great features that you might see in other platforms like QuickBooks, but it's very user-friendly. And I have to say, I use it myself. I recommend it to almost all of my clients. And It has a lot of great services built into it as well. So you can do your bookkeeping, that's categorizing all of your transactions into your P&L or balance sheet. You can do invoicing. So if want to send invoices to clients that they can actually pay your invoice and use a credit card or do an ACH with their banking information, that's all built into the software. And the invoicing it looks awesome. I've seen it on both sides, receiving an invoice from Wave and sending it. Super user friendly. Payments, we just kind of went over that when I spoke about the invoicing. And then also payroll is built in. Payroll is an added fee, or there's an added cost to it. But if you compare it to other online platforms like Gusto or ADP, I always have to think ADP or ADT. Anyway, but if you compare it to other online payroll software companies, it's very comparable in price, and it's pretty easy to set up. So again, none of these platforms are endorsing this video. I'm simply just sharing some tools that I use myself in order to keep the numbers organized. Now, it's really important to get all of this done during the year if you're able, or, this would be a good time now when the year is coming to a close, so you don't leave any deductions on the table, right? So if you paid for something and, hey, maybe it didn't come out of the business account, or maybe you don't even have a business account set up yet, but you want to, make sure that you're maximizing your business deductions, and maybe you used a personal card or on a credit card, go back to those cards and actually, maybe comb through the statements and just highlight, oh, this was a business expense. Put a note or something there. That way, when you get to year end and you're meeting with myself or your accountant, you are aware of all the things that you've spent money on or that were related to legitimate business activities. And you want to give yourself credit for all those things, because those will directly impact, your possible tax bill. So we'd never want to overpay on our taxes, right? We want to definitely take credit for the things that are legitimate business expenses. So those are the two platforms that you can use to kind of keep track of your income, your inflows and your outflows of cash. The next tool that I have is actually a Fame template. If you are someone who likes to go the pen and paper route, you might be a little more old school and you don't really want to deal with websites, that's fine. So this is the Fame monthly income and expense tracker. It is actually modeled after the different P&Ls that are on the tax form. So this one is an 1120 form. So this is based off of the 1120S. If that your accountant might know what that is, right? But this lists every single expense category that is on that form. And I like to use something like this because sometimes it jogs my memory and I don't even I may have forgotten, I am able to take depreciation on a certain asset, or, oh yeah, I did pay for insurance, and I happen to use X card and it's somewhere out there. But I like to give this to my clients so that they can see a list of all of the allowable expenses, and, they can really kind of say, okay, I may not have all of these, but at least this gives me a good starting point, because I always get that question of what can I deduct on my taxes? So if you have that question, this is a good starting point for you. So this template actually includes a few different things. If you file Schedule E, there is a Schedule E template that is available. If you file Schedule C, this is actually the Schedule C one that we're looking at right now. Schedule C, these are the expenses that are listed on Schedule C. And it makes it super easy for you to just hand this over to myself or your accountant so that they can prepare that schedule for you. This one is the 1120 that I discussed before. So these are all the categories on the 1120. And this last one here is Schedule E. So for your rental properties, these are the things that you can deduct and you should be thinking about when it comes to tax time. So I hope that was really helpful. Again, I will be dropping links to all of these items. That would be Apartmentscom. That would be the Wave Financial accounting software. Those two are online based. And then also I'll have a link to these PDFs so you can always print one. Again, you can do this on a monthly basis, or if you want to just add everything up for the year and just put them in these categories, that works too. But whatever works best for you, I say do that, because this should not be burdensome, right? We want to make financial abundance easy, right? Okay. So now the last thing that I have for today is another FAME resource, and this is a list of grants and loans for small businesses and MWBEs. So I've done another video on what MWBEs are and how to work on those applications and what you should be looking for related to that certification. But this resource here today will list different grants that are available and loans as well, that if you're a small business owner, you can look to receive some type of funding for your business. Obviously, there are different criterias for each program. So you would just have to be mindful of if this is something you'd be eligible for now, or if you don't even have an entity yet. These are things you can start doing some research on for the future as you're planning to start up or create your entity. So this resource will be updated once a month, and I will be sharing it on my website, but there will be a link to this month's version that you can, take a look at and consider applying to now. And if you ever need any support or help around applying for some of these programs, you can always reach out to me. I work with clients to do loan and grant applications all the time. So I hope this was all helpful. I hope this was great information and that it will propel you to be more organized with your finances and, bring some money into your pocket. So that is all for today, and I will talk to you next week. Take care.